Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I am driving this. This is the second generation of the Honda City and we've got a Honda Squad here. This is the Civic, this is the City. See the dramatic change in Honda's design language over the years. This car comes courtesy of Durga Car Decor to me, so make sure to follow them by clicking on the pinned comment clicking on the link in the pinned comment. Let's open the engine bay of the car. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. So light. Okay, this says Honda. It doesn't say VTEC because this is an IDSI engine, I believe. Okay, insulation right there as well. And the design, I mean, they call it the Dolphin design. This is the facelift because get this chrome stuff. I had the pre-facelift model. Lights look nice. Actually, the car looks slim from the front, bulky from the side. That's kind of weird and awkward. Like, look at this. Okay, slim. And this is the car which really amplifies Honda's man maximum, machine minimum philosophy. Sort of a cab forward design. Okay, now this doesn't get alloy wheels. But wheel caps 175 65 14s. Honda has always given 175 section tires on the City. Now obviously they've upgraded it in the interest of fuel economy. Mirrors also like really funky in those days, and from the side you can see the car, like this is really big. This is Chintu Nunnu types. Coming to the rear again, I mean, I kind of dig the design. I think it looks really very nice, but you see the staggering difference between Honda's design language. Now we need the key to open the boot of the car. So here I'm just going to do that. Here we are. That doesn't work, so we have to open it from here. I'll manage. So here we are. This is the button to open it. It says Honda right there because obviously it's a Honda. Now this gets black interiors. Yeah, here you see the boot of the car. Boot is also big enough, like really big boot. For its time, it was like a massive boot again because Honda did very clever engineering. There's good amount of space on offer at the rear too. The center armrest, no adjustable headrest. In fact, there are no door pockets at the rear. That's kind of shocking as well. Now coming to the front, let me tell you that the dashboard design really amplifies space here too. Okay, forget all this. Let's just get inside. Power window controls are here. No, outside rear view mirror controls are here. Power window controls are here, of course. And it's making this weird noise because the headlights are on at the moment. Cluster looks nice, basic, functional. Okay, you see, I actually like the fact that it gets dual glove boxes as well. So a lot of practical bits here. In fact, there's an ashtray, the storage space. Now this is the 10th anniversary edition model. Looks nice, looks decent, looks spacious. No auto dimming inside rear mirror. But rest is the basic stuff, which honestly you don't really care about. What do you really care about it? How is it to drive? So let's get going. So straight away I'm going to turn on the car and you can hear why does the key not work in this car? Why do I have to keep changing the keys? Okay, there. It rose to life. Typical Honda fashion, refinement, yes. You know what they did with this car? Okay, the doors lock like it's a G-Wagon. You know what they did with this car? Very funny thing. They removed the temperature meter and they instead have a warning light. So it says it's cold right now, so don't push the engine, which makes me believe I should. Just kidding. But here we are. Refinement levels are staggering. Obviously, this is not a VTEC, by the way. This is an IDSI engine, which is like having 2 spark plugs per cylinder. And it was an 8-valve unit, if I believe. 1.5 liters, 77 horsepower. I'm never prepared for this, but I remember because this was a great distraction or a movement away from what Honda was doing at that time, because the first generation of the City was obviously powered by a fantastic engine and they went for this sort of a treatment just for fuel economy. Okay, now we are into first gear. I'm going to rev the motor. Revving the motor. That's a lot of wheel spin on offer. Okay, steering doesn't have much feel or feedback, but it is light without a doubt. It's a light steering wheel. Offers no feel or feedback as such. Look at the lightness of the steering wheel. You don't even know where you're going. I feel like a Formula 1 driver warming up my tires right now. So yeah, here we go. Performance is not great at all. Low end is good, but mid range is decent. Top end also, it's kind of lacking. So with 77 horsepower, this City really did not move much, and that's the reason they had to get the VTEC back and then eventually discontinue the IDSI motor. So 77 horsepower was out and the VTEC used to produce I think 100 horsepower or so, somewhere around that. 1.5 liter VTEC. Horn is quite loud. I think it rings more on the inside than on the outside. Ride quality is nice actually. Suspension does a great job, but you know that Honda's direction of putting a little bit stiffness in the suspension, well, that direction they used to almost always take. Gearbox is very slick shifting. Clutch is also on the lighter side. High speed stability wasn't bad at all. This car didn't really reach high speed as such because that engine didn't have the punch to push it hard and fast. And I think they also got a CVT with this, but the VTEC was the real one, the real fun of the Honda City. They took a big departure from what the City was known for. The first generation, which is also known as the OHC, Old Honda City. This is the NHC, the new Honda City, the Dolphin design, which is better known as. Okay, where are we? Why are we stuck? This is the 10th anniversary edition of the City, which means that this car is from 2008 almost. Yeah, that's right. Taking a U-turn, no problem. Super light. I mean, this car really gives you a good feel of what's around you. Here we go, rev the motors. Ready for wheel spin almost every time. Super under-tired a car, but then that under-tiredness actually benefited this city because the engine did not have much oomph. So Honda was like, you know, small tires, less rolling resistance, better mileage, better performance as well. Fuel economy was great though, but you never got good fuel economy because I think the fuel economy of this car was somewhere between, like, it could give you 15 to 16 kilometers per liter, which was really respectable at that time. No turbo, none of that. But you know what? You used to rev the motor all the time because you need to make a quick move on, and the engine did not actually have that punch. So then the mileage used to suck. Like more like 10 to 12 kilometers per liter. Air conditioning actually quite nice, works brilliantly well on this car. So while the first generation of the Honda City was all about speed, performance and all, this car was everything but that, unfortunately. Always ready to spin its wheels, but build quality is quite nice on this car. Feels well put together. Yeah, hard plastics here and there, but things feel built to last in spite of the 12-year age of this car. This is from 2008, yeah, so 12-year age of this car. It still feels pretty nice. On par with the Motorbeam project car, which is the Maruti Baleno. Now, of course, you can get an attractive deal on such a car, the Honda City. If you want a no-nonsense car, something to learn driving on and something you want to modify, but get the VTEC motor. If you're really enthusiastic. If you're not enthusiastic, get this normal one. It's also fine. Space is good in this car. It's practical, it's refined, it's smooth. It's not really punchy as such, but still, I'm out of words because it's kind of a boring car without the VTEC motor. Now let's do one thing. Let's shift into 5th gear. Okay, 5th gear is the top gear here. There's no 6th gear. And you realize that the grunt is good. Like, it's decent enough. It is able to move along. But to make quick overtakes, you have to downshift. So that motor did not have that outright punch which you would expect from a Honda City. And I think this car, when it was initially launched, kind of tarnished the City's image of being a boy racer. But then Lancer said bye-bye and Honda was like, you, we'll do whatever we feel like. And on that bombshell, it's time to end. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this vlog, you know what you have to do. Give it a thumbs up. That's the like button, and also subscribe to the channel. Every time I get onto the accelerator, it moves along, but it doesn't get excited at all. It's not like, okay, you know what, now we're in the mid-range, we should do something different. No, just flat linear power delivery. And on that disappointment, it's time to end. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this vlog, you know what you have to do. Give it a thumbs up. That's the like button. And oh my god, that is a Suzuki Hayabusa. Look at it, massive. That's what she said. Bye bye.